Yeah, it was just like, I'd be huffing on this thing, I can't lie.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, and not that we encourage that by any means, but we're
But
we're
being
live.
from,
As long, hey, people do what they want. We're live now,
oh,
ready
hell
to
yeah.
lay it down with Big D and ripping tear on, grip it and rip it on some vapes as well. Apparently, you see,
Apparently.
you see, you see me do it all the time. Anyway. We're back for laying it down with Big D. Yes, I'm wearing the exact same outfit from when I interviewed our boy Big Baja yesterday, Caker. Uh,
Caker.
but that's because I talked to him just a few hours ago, so I didn't feel the need to change clothes today. My apologies. That's just something you're going to have to deal with. Today, though, I'm bringing on my new friend here. I swore I saw him at LAN, but apparently I didn't. I thought I did. I've seen him on the internet, but now we're finally getting to meet and have a good chat, and you guys all get to be a part of that introduction here now. I've got my friend Cashton Swifter Gobrecht. How are we
Hello.
doing here today, Cashton?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for an interview.
Good, because yeah, you better answer these questions right, or else you might not
Yeah.
get the job. So buckle
Oh
up, buddy.
shit. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm locked the fuck in.
All right. Well, let's just go. Well, yeah, let's just go back in time here. I'm gonna ask you the first question that I always do. I only introduced you as my new friend. Cashton has played at Fragicago 2024. He's been on Field by Hate for a while. They've been in and out of Maine and are currently in IM under the Demon Factory over on 666 Street
666
Avenue.
Main Street, Gary, Indiana.
Main Street in Gary, Indiana. And that, are you guys dominating IM right now at least?
Yeah. Don't check our last 3 matches, but other than that,
Oh
yeah. Yeah,
no.
yeah, 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 yeah. We're doing pretty good.
What's the record?
We are 5-3. We went 5-0, and then the last 3 matches in a row. One was to an accidental ban where we didn't ban Inferno, and that's our insta ban.
Uh-oh.
And we
And
ended up playing Inferno.
Oh no, that's no good. Yeah,
So yeah,
dude,
we lost there.
Inferno's not a map that I like playing very
It's a
much
very
without like
push and pull team oriented map.
yeah, if you have the like if you show up on the right day with the right team, like that map's a lot of fun and you just
Yes.
dominate and like pick teams apart coming around all these different angles with each other. But most of the time it's just people wandering off and dying on their own and you're just playing retakes or saves and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a classic though.
It is a
Inferno and
classic.
Dust 2 and Nuke and Mirage. I just don't know that those maps ever need to come out of the map pool because they're just.
I'm a big hater on Mirage and Inferno, no lie.
Are you really now?
Yes, I hate playing those 2 maps. I hate playing Mirage and Pugs. I hate playing Inferno and Pugs. I hate playing Inferno in League. Mirage, I don't mind at all, but Inferno, I just don't like that map.
Dude, I don't either though. Like, it's not good. It's
No.
well, that's not. I won't entirely agree.
But it is an all-time classic for sure.
It's a good map, but like yeah, I think that the current iteration of it definitely needs some work. Like whatever tweaks they think they made for CS2 that made it better, no, they didn't. And I don't know. I think that map could sustain some pretty fundamental changes. But you know what? We're not here to yap about my opinions about map pools in Counter-Strike, although we could at some point.
Yeah, we could for sure.
We could. Anyway, I've got a lot of opinions, trust me.
Oh,
But we're
tell
here
me
to
about
hear
it.
we're here to hear the Cashton story. So let's go back in time here. What are your earliest memories of gaming? And how did they lead you to Counter-Strike eventually? I see you've got a Switch back there, so I know you're some kind of gamer.
Yeah, so I started growing up with, so I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and so 2 of my brothers were big gamers growing up, and they're a lot older than me. They're like 8, 9 years older than me, 10 years, if that. And so they kind of set me up. They made my mom buy us DSs. And so we were grinding the DSs. I mean, I was playing Pokemon like it was nothing. I was big into Pokemon, big into Bakugan, if any of the real ones know that. And I started off like my real, I guess, real gaming was my brother had this computer sitting here, exactly where I am actually, and he was like, "Oh, you should just hop on the computer," and I'm like, "All right." So I started hopping on the computer, and he got me Minecraft, and so it all starts from Minecraft. And so I was a really competitive person. I played a lot of basketball growing up. I played basketball all until my senior year of high school, and so Minecraft, I was like, all right, there's competitive in this. There's a ultra hardcore Minecraft PvP, and so I really like the competitiveness of it because I was a big basketball guy. I still am. And so then one of my friends bought me Counter Strike because I was like 13, 12, 13. I had no money, so he bought me Counter Strike, and at first I thought this game was shit. I can't lie. I was like, dude, what the hell's going on? There's too much going on. I like that there's guns. I guess that's cool. That pleased my little 12-year-old, 13-year-old brain. And the gambling. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know too much about this. So then I kept doing my Minecraft thing, and one day I just like switched over because a bunch of my friends were playing it in like 2015, and I just started playing it. I was really, really shit Silver One scrub, but I always tried to join like other teams because I really like the esports aspect. Because I started playing when Fnatic won their first major in Cologne, so I saw that on like the front page, and I was like, "Oh, this is sick. Let me look at this." And I saw there was like competitiveness for it, like there was basketball and shit like that. So I was like, "Dude, I want to do this." And so years went by throughout high school. I didn't really start playing. Well, I kept playing Counter Strike like a lot, but I never played like League or anything like that, just because I thought it wasn't good enough. Because I only played matchmaking. And
I
then
heard that.
and then in 2018, I begged my mom to take us to. It was 2017 or 2018. I begged my mom to take us to IEM Chicago, and we ended up going to IEM Chicago in 2018 and 2019, I think, 2017 or 2019. But we ended up going there. That like completely changed my whole parents' aspect on like esports and everything too, because um, we ended up by pure fucking luck sitting behind Moses's the caster's parents, and she like they're
What?
yeah, I know, it was crazy. We were sitting behind Moses's parents, and Moses's parents were like explaining to my parents how all this works, and my dad's like, so how much money has your son made up there? And she's like, oh, well over the millions.
What?
And that was like the snap in my parents. They're like, okay, this is real. And then because they played in the DePaul University, and then the next year they went to the Chicago Bulls Stadium to play,
Oh, yeah.
and that's where
That's
Liquid won 3-0.
dude, that's I mean, yeah, you touch on a subject that is is one of the like key reasons why NA doesn't have a large pool of talent. There is plenty of talent here, and if we could get a little more organized, we could really do some damage in the world, I think.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
but like what you're talking about there, where it like clicked for your parents after realizing like, no, there is money to be made in this scene if people like continue to. Are we all going to be making millions of dollars someday? No, maybe not, but like there is money and something to this scene if like there's more of a cultural mindset shift. uh yeah, shift in mindset, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, and
uh
I think that like one of those shifts in the mindset for like especially like people older are going to be money, because that's just how they grew up. They grew up with, oh, no, we got to make money to survive this, and that. Why would you play video games? And then now
yeah.
that like a lot of people are playing video games, and it's become so normalized now that like even like more kids are starting to figure it out. And the land thing, we do need more lands, especially for these kids to come to, because not everybody can just travel very far. Like I didn't get to go to my first land until 2024 because I couldn't drive until then. And so the closest land to me was Chicago. And so that was the only one I've really been able to go to without flying.
Yeah, dude. Well, and it can't be entirely up to Frag, right? Like
Yes.
Frag Frag can only do so much as far as like putting on the events that they put on, and we're all incredibly grateful for the events that they do put on, but like it was really cool they came all the way out to Vegas. Like I got to drive to a Frag event, which was pretty rad from over here in Arizona. And
Oh yeah.
you know, now like this weekend we've had Nostalgia starting up in Seattle, and Clutch or Kick down in San Antonio.
Yep.
And it's like more of these need to start popping up, because if Fragadelphia can like focus on supporting one region of the country, then like that means that other LAN events that start building in those regions can start supporting their regions outside of just the one town that they're starting in, bringing more teams from around that area than just that. Like they don't necessarily have to go everywhere. Anyway, we're out here, Cashton. We're out here solving the problems of North American Counter-Strike.
Of course.
To, but before we get more into some of those issues, I still want to hear more about your story. Once you got like into Counter Strike, what was the journey like from when you decided to start playing competitive to when you went to LAN in 2024 and where you are now?
So it all happened insanely fast. So I was just playing Face It just to like, cause I really thought that like, oh, I can't join a team if I'm really dog shit. So I just started grinding Face It, and I think I hit like 2100 elo before I was like, all right, this is no prior knowledge to anything. Like I never played like competitive or anything like that. I kind of just went out there and baited everybody to get my stats up. I can't lie, because I didn't know how to, move with the team. I didn't know any team aspect of Counter Strike. I was just always solo queuing and playing for fun. And then I was like, I want to join a team. I've always really wanted to do this for a while. And I've been on ESEA. I've tried joining ESEA teams. I was too shit. I was like a C plus. So I I finally graduated high school and was like, okay, I don't play basketball anymore. I don't have all this high school life shit I got to deal with. I can play Counter Strike, do something I've always wanted to do. So I went on Twitter, followed a shit ton of people in the Counter Strike community, absolute lot of them. And then one of those guys ended up being Fusion. And Field by Hate at the time was making an academy roster called Field by Hate Red. Just, I don't know, it was just a fun thing to do. And so they made that roster, and they had 5 guys, but one of them like dropped out because I don't know. And so the same day I tweeted that, like I'm looking for a team, Fusion hits my DMs and was like, "Hey, we can play yada yada yada." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So then I got invited to the Discord, tried out. I shot the gun. I didn't really know too much about it. I made sure to put in like my description, my looking for team description. Never played ESEA League before, and so I was actually very grateful for joining that team because I got like a lot of structure and, you know, I met a lot of cool people, like obviously like Kaker, Classic, BXD, Edge, Coastin, Ethan G, so many more.
We just talked to Kaker earlier today.
Yep, love Kaker. You can see us beefing on the Twitter timeline every once in a while. All
Is
love
that
though.
real?
No,
Is that real beef?
no, no.
How much beef on the internet do you think is real?
Um, I think it depends on who's talking with who. Some people take a lot of it serious. I just be trolling the whole time, and I think a lot of people know that. Especially like I try not to beef with randoms, other than like there's some names I won't drop, but yeah, no, I think a lot of the beef that's like on Counter Strike Twitter is a little bit fake. But I could definitely see some of like the tier 1 pros that throw jabs at each other. I could see that being personal, or like even tier 2. But like when we're on Twitter, we just be goofing around, throwing jabs at each other. It's just like boys being boys.
Boys being boys.
Yep.
That's that's a good old line. Boys being boys. Boys are wild. There's no doubt about that. My God.
Tell me about it. I
Yeah.
gotta deal with
Uh,
classic CS2 and Fusion every day.
Dude, we're gonna need to get Fusion up here. I've yet to meet him, but I'm getting to. All you guys have been to LAN, and so okay, you joined Fueled by Hate, and then is the rest history? You've just been with Fueled by Hate since then.
Yeah, so Field by Hay Red was an open team when open was still a thing before it was open 9 through 10 or whatever. And so our first season, we said, fuck it. Lands in Fragicago. We can all go. And so I'm pretty sure like everybody drove except Fusion. He flew. So we had that was a team consisting of me, Cormac, Fusion, Ethan G, and Edge at that tournament. And so I think Ethan and Fusion flew because Ethan flew from New York with his photographer. Shout out Joe, the photographer. And then we had Fusion fly from Philly. So I drove down from Wisconsin, Edge drove from Indiana, and then we kind of just had like a little support group, Fueled by Hate organization group there, because one of our buddies, Max, he housed all of us in his duplex, and then we also had to play from his basement because we had a league match that day. So shout out Joe from B-Hop Esports too for supplying us with PCs for that, even though we broke one of his monitors on accident in travel.
Oh
He was really
no.
cool about it though. I only had to pay like $14 for an insurance cover. Shout out Joe.
Oh,
And then shout out
nice.
BXD because he was just there with us. Him and his girlfriend were there. So it was a really, really fun time. Fizz was there too.
Dude, Land's an incredible experience. What was it like for you there once you got to actually finally play the game on LAN?
I
How'd
thought
you guys do?
so we did terrible. We had a very hard group. For an open team, we had a very hard group. We had to play like Limitless, Victory Royale, which consisted of the Fortnite guys that were trying to play for a little bit when they were in advanced, like Dubs and Meccan and all of them, or Mecton, I don't even remember his name. But we had to play them, and then we had to play one other team. Oh, we had to play Nut. That was our group.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was still insanely fun. Like we got a lot of rounds off them too, which was surprising because we kind of like went into it knowing, hey, we're just here to have fun, shoot the gun, you know. But some of the matches are a little bit closer than I expected. We ended up playing the Big L too, and we went 0-3 in that too. But you know, it's actually a great time. Like you have so much fun, and like you just get to like talk shit on LAN to people's faces, even when you're losing, because nobody cares. It's fun. I think the biggest
That
aspect of LAN is screaming at your opponent. It's so fun.
that's what, dude. That's what I want to. That's one of the main reasons I want to play on LAN is because I want to be able to look. I want to play somebody that wears jerseys at LAN, and while I'm in like a t-shirt with my 35 plus year old teammates just hanging out for the weekend, but we've all been gaming since before you guys were born. And like anything that goes right for us, I'm screaming across the way like, "Nice jersey! What's your salary?" That dude, that's all. I just want to scream at LAN too. It seems like it's well, and dude, especially like as tournaments wear on, like when the games start getting like really intense and serious, you're all put into this like pressure cooker of a situation each round, right? And so whenever something goes your way, it's just a release of that. Like my favorite noise in the world in the last year is nice
Yeah,
as
nice.
loud as you can from a like group of five dudes just blowing up right next to you. It's the
Nice. And then you got the fist bumps on LAN.
yeah, and fist bumps on LAN.
Fist bumps on
Dude,
LAN hit
yeah.
different. LAN just
They,
hits different
dude,
in general.
you like your shots for one, they
Yes,
actually
LAN.
land.
Yes, LAN shots. Oh my god, I've never been so like accurate other than LAN. Like it's never felt better than LAN, hands down.
I could do it, dude. I'm gonna be the savior of NACS, Cashton.
Yeah, you gotta come with
So
you and your 35-year-olds.
someday it
Pull
might
up
be
to the
40 year
frag.
olds. We're right now right now we're trying to make sure that NA has a good set of teams, but so maybe not the savior of NACS, but Someday you're gonna see Big D play like a Rowan event or something with my boys, and we'll fly it. We'll go. We'll play in a LAN. I'm looking forward to it someday. Cause yeah. Well,
Hopefully, I'll see you
even when
there.
I hope so, dude. Well, and you're gonna see me in Philly
I'm
here
excited for that.
few months. Are you playing in Philly?
No, I'm not playing in Philly. I'm just going as a spectator.
And are you gonna be doing other stuff while you're there?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna bring the camera just to like flick up. I want to vlog a lot. I want to get a lot of content in Philly. That's what I've been wanting to start to do is more content. And I just kind of have a camera sitting around, so I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to, get some content, maybe do some Q&As with some higher tier 2 pros and like EU and stuff like that, especially because they're all coming to fucking Philadelphia.
Dude, it's gonna be a wild time. It's basically gonna be a like full blown, not just tier 2 NA event, but a tier 2 CS international event. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna have some pretty big names there hanging out. So I'm looking forward to it, dude. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah. Well, what else do you want to talk about here, Cashton? What else can you share about the Cashton Gobrecht story via Counter Strike?
Well, um,
How tall are you?
oh, you want to know how tall I am? So I am 6'6".
You're 6'6"?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so you play. Were you a small forward when you played basketball?
I was more of a center in like middle school, and then when I realized I'm taller than everybody and I can dunk, I became more of like a small forward, power forward, because I realized I'm way better at just dribbling the ball into the lane and laying it up or dunking instead of doing all this post work on a 350-pound dude.
Dude, did you play college ball?
No, I was going to play college ball at Western Technical, and then they actually shut down their program the same year, so I ended up never just going to college.
Damn. Hey, it's not too late. You're only 20 years old. You're young yet.
The
I
vape
didn't
might
go
have
back
taken
to
some of
school
my
till,
lungs.
huh?
I said the vape's probably taking a lot of that stamina away now, though.
Maybe that it would probably come back quicker than you realize once you condition yourself after like a month or two. It's
That is true.
these human bodies we got are kind of freaking wild.
They are crazy sometimes.
What you can push them to the brink of death and watch them return stronger than ever. It's a
Yeah.
bizarre,
I
it's a
never played
bizarre
any college
phenomenon.
ball. I played high school. I played AAU growing up. A lot of it. I played around the country a lot. I've flown to Florida, Atlanta, Kentucky. Um, I've gone all throughout the Midwest for basketball. Basketball tournaments are very fun. The travel's the worst part by like hands down, but they were very fun.
Dude, traveling sucks. Let's get real.
It does.
Like I think it's easy to sit around and think, like, I know I did for a long time through my 20s. Like I would know people with jobs where they would travel regularly or whatever, and I'm like, man, that must be so cool. And I have traveled semi regularly in the last like year and a half, 2 years, and it sucks ass, dude. I hate airports. Those places suck.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of airports either. I have a lot of flying to do in this next month. I actually go to Pennsylvania next week because I got a bunch of buddies there. So I fly there every year, and then I always do like whatever. I usually fly somewhere else in the summer. And oh my God, it's low key terrible. It's bad. Like having your flight delayed and having to stay in the airport for an extra 8 hours, no fun. No fun at all.
Mm, mm-mm. I haven't had that happen to me yet. My delays have been like whatever, 20, 30 minutes, but like I've had like 3 hour layovers, or like made the mistake of like end of one of the lands not leaving until like 6 p.m. the next day. So
Yep.
I'm dead tired from 4 days straight of being up and working LAN. and then not leaving until 6 p.m. and then still taking like 12 hours to travel home. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's
no.
not, it's a privilege. Let's not sit here and like act like
Yeah.
we don't appreciate it as a blessing and a privilege. But first world problems, 100%. My God, traveling sucks, dude.
Traveling
Takes a
sucks
toll.
way more because once you start traveling, something always goes wrong when you're in the middle of traveling. Like that's how I felt going to Chicago for Fragicago. Because when we went to go to Fragicago, I had to pick up PCs from B-Hop Esports, and so I picked up those PCs and monitors. Obviously, we got to we got back to the crib we were staying at in Chicago, and one of the monitors was broken. So Ethan's playing on his laptop while four of us have setups or whatever. But I mean, it's so funny because like I'm driving 4 hours or more from Madison, Wisconsin to Chicago, and then you gotta like add up all the traffic too. The traffic time probably takes another hour, hour and a half. And so yeah, travel sucks. And I mean, I had to pick Fusion up from the airport and drop him off. I had to drop off Ethan G and Joe at the airport. So I mean, I'm a Chicago pro now, but that shit sucked. It's every man for himself. It's a GTA lobby for sure.
It is a GTA lobby. Yeah, and not just flying, just traveling in general. Yeah. You drive. I made the mistake of like trying to drive. I was like, "Oh, well, flights out of Phoenix are like 70 bucks cheaper if I do that. Maybe I'll just drive up to Phoenix instead of flying out of Tucson, but it's like 100 miles away. And so
Uh-huh.
like on the way to the Phoenix airport, it's not that bad, but like I had a 6 a.m. flight, so I had to like wake up at 2 a.m. to be there by 4 a.m. And then on the way back, guess what was not very fun, 100-mile drive after traveling for like 10 days or whatever. So,
Yeah, that would
you
suck.
know,
I would say my brain felt
yeah,
fried on the way back from Fragicago. Just dropping off the PCs, which was like a 30-minute detour, and then just the constant gas stops. And at this point, you're just like, fuck. 'Cause like at the point when I got in Wisconsin, I'm just like, I just want to get home. I never wanted to get home so badly that I ended up I got so fucking lucky. There's a guy that was right in front of me driving like 15, 25 over the speed limit the whole time. So I was just behind him like 5 miles less the whole time. And we made it all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to like the town over next to me. This guy went. He drove all the way from Milwaukee over to the town next to me going 85. And so I was that time I was like security, and I was like, I can't get pulled over because he's gonna get pulled over. So that's
dude,
why I
that's
drive down so hard.
I had a buddy following me when I drove back from Frag Vegas a couple months ago or a few months back in April, and I was like flying down the road. I'm not gonna say how fast I was going, but I was going down the road, and I had a dude just following me the whole time, and he was like every car I would like pass up, he would like come like right behind me and be passing with me and everything. Like, dude, yeah, dude. Long road trips are fun. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, this definitely has devolved into a podcast episode about you know privileged white boys complaining about too much travel and getting to see
Facts.
too much of the world.
Facts.
No, it's a nice thing. It's a nice
It's a
thing,
very
and
nice thing.
I'm even grateful for the struggle that comes along with it, because yeah, it is
Gives you
so cool to
stories
get
like
to.
these.
It gives you stories like these, and yeah, it like I have to say, nothing makes you appreciate your home life more than being gone for like 5 6 days,
Oh yeah.
far away, where you're nowhere near, like your animals aren't there, you're away from family, friends, everything, and you're like, okay, this is why I like my home so much when you get back, like especially when dumb shit happens while you're traveling, dude. All right,
Yeah.
let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to Counter Strike here.
Got it. Got it.
I'm gonna reel us in here. Let's yap a little more broadly about the state of North American Counter Strike. What are some of your thoughts on what's going on with NACS, and what could we be doing to escalate the talent?
Uh,
Well, Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What could we
I
be
think I
doing to
do.
win tier 1 events? That's what I'm getting at.
So I think tier one events, it's not like completely outreached for the current state we have. I mean, we haven't really gotten too close. We've had like some complexity semifinals or like M80 quarterfinals, semifinals appearances, but we haven't had anything too extreme yet. Like an actual team that can, consistently put up with these tier one EU teams, even tier two at this point. And I think one of the big things, obviously, is the lands. We need more local lands because that is the easiest way to develop talent. Um, Second off, I think Faceit needs a hard elo reset. Um, Pugging is so miserable with some of these guys, especially if it's like, uh, say, like a foreigner from a different country plays on like 120 ping. Like, I just don't think that should be allowed personally. It does give them a disadvantage with the ping, but like a lot of the guy that has brought like an image to where level sixes and level sevens or even worse are coming over to North American like face it and are just playing and thinking they're better than everybody a lot of times because we have this image of NACS is not as great as the rest of the world. And so I think that image is there. And also, I think a lot of the key points of NACS downfall right now is that I feel like there's like people trying to get better, but I feel like there's not any like big names out there that like really could put a spotlight on a lot of these smaller teams or anything like that. Like even teams like Blue Jays, for example, they're a very good team, but they don't get like recognition outside of NA because they're just it's NA Counter-Strike. We're not as good apparently as a lot of the EU teams in tier 2, which is most likely true, but we need a lot more spotlight on these guys so that like other North American players can get inspired and actually like start wanting to try a little bit harder.
Yeah. I mean, I think our pug ecosystem is definitely more broken than just people from outside of our region
Of
playing
course,
playing inside of
100%.
it. But yeah, I mean, there are. Yeah, face it feels like they're a monopoly on the situation of like, hey, dude, this is the answer. We got to get out there and create other third party competitive platforms. You can
Yeah.
have this idea if you want, but I've thought about the idea like you make an FPL style circuit, but it's like you don't have a level. You just have somebody that verifies that this person is a real Counter-Strike player based on hours or like time spent on Face It and like matches played. Like who cares if they're bad or they're good? We need to have less of a like focus on this like number that's attached to our name and more of a focus on who's going to be serious about playing the game when they sit down to play it, right? Like, yeah, that's going to be frustrating if you're playing with players that don't know the game as well as you, but like, we've got to start like helping, like, everybody from top to bottom needs to like be helping each other out right now and like lifting. I'm going through this right now myself with somebody in my friend group who is very frustrating for me to play with, but like I'm going to keep pushing myself to play with him because I know he is trying to get serious about playing better, and I know that something that will like it is a trap to like learn this game by going and only playing it with bad players who don't know how to play the game. Like
Yes.
it sucks for the players that are good that while you're trying to learn in their games, but like you will actually learn how to play the game when you're playing with better players. And if better players start doing that for more people, we'll start having this branching effect of more people out there helping each other. And you don't need to hit top 1,000 challenger rank in North America on Face It to be that person helping your friends out. But I also do think that more people, yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, I don't mean to go into what's going on in my life there.
You're good.
Little big D vent session there, but yeah, I do agree with what you're saying there. I think we need more people invested in getting us to outside of the region.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
like I think pugs, like if you look at EU pugs, they are like straight stone cold serious the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's like a lot of less fooling around, and they just get straight to business. Like if you like listen to some of their demos just from Face It Pugs, you'll hear that like they're only calming. It's like they hate each other and they're only calming, but that's how it should be because there's no flooding or anything. It's just straight comms, and I wish it was like that a lot of the time for any Counter-Strike, but I feel like a lot of players just give up.
Well, a lot of players give up, and a lot of players want to be friends first before teammates.
Yes.
And while I literally had this conversation with Kaker earlier that I do think the number one thing that's important for a team to grow together is for 5 players to get along. It does not mean you need to be friends. It means that you need to have good chemistry and can play off of each other and can vibe with each other, like and trust each other. It does not mean I like this person and I want to invite them over and hang out with them and spend all my time with them outside of the game. Like it's good to have a team mindset where you know these people on your team are your brothers and sisters or whatever, but like they don't have to be your friend first. And like too many people are like, oh, I don't like this guy on my team, I'm not playing. I fuck this pug, I'm not trying. In our region, it's like you said, in EU, you can hear they all hate each other, but like they're still trying to like play the game.
They're trying to win as hard as they can. Even in like team aspects, I feel like some of that is still true. Like I feel like there's a lot of players that will like they'll be down like 9-3 or something, and they'll still just like give up, like completely. And I'm like, why? I'm like, this game is still winnable. You're on a different side. It's a complete half. Everything's different now. It's like even like if you're going from a shitty T side to a good CT side, a lot of the time it's gonna be like how you play now. It's your role, and so like I feel like you should just stay in your own lane, and then let your other guys deal with it. But like you gotta hold each other accountable too.
Oh yeah. You gotta hold each other accountable, but more people need to learn how to stay in their lane and support people through what they're doing instead of what they're saying, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Well, I only got a couple more questions here for you, pal, because, yeah, we keep these to right around 40-ish minutes, and
sounds good.
And we're approaching that mark.
Holy shit.
I thought I had one more question. Maybe it'll pop up for me, but all right. So this is the question I wanted to ask you. What does your name Swifter come from?
So the name Swifter, it's actually a pretty cringe story, but I did explain how I was into Minecraft a lot. And there was this one Minecraft YouTuber, Chimney Swift 11, and I really liked the guy. I thought he was the greatest YouTuber ever back then. So I got the name Swifter, and then I was like, because he called his subscribers the Swifters, so I called my name Swifter, but I was like, oh, I don't want my name to be after a YouTuber, so I put Swifter Than You as my name. And then it just went back down to Swifter.
Wow. So you're just part of the Swifter army.
Yeah, I am. I'm just one of the minions.
Hell yeah. I really thought, I was like, oh man, I bet it's going to be basketball related. But
no, it wasn't basketball related, unfortunately.
You could tell people, you said you like to use the ball to get up the lane. Let's talk ball for a minute again here. Let's, who's your team? That's what I wanted to ask you earlier.
So
is it
I
the
am
Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah, it is. I am a diehard Bucks fan.
So you big fan of Damian Lillard?
I was a big fan of Damian Lillard. I think I still am. He just didn't fit in this Bucks system, which is completely fine. And I also think that Milwaukee also did him a little wrong because we had to play with Brook Lopez at center, and that guy is so immobile, and it's not good for the Dame and Giannis pick and roll or the defense in today's NBA age. So now they have guys like Miles Turner at the center, an athletic younger guy playing with Giannis. I feel like if Dame was there, that team would be so much different.
But is he retired now after he got injured?
No, he actually isn't. He got signed to, I don't remember where he got signed. I think it was like the Clippers or some shit. I don't even remember. But he's still
Okay, so
playing.
he's still playing. Okay. Well, I mean, I was a Blazers fan for a little while there. I'm from
Oh, that's
Portland
painful.
originally. Yeah, dude. You want to
I
talk
feel
about a
so
team
bad.
doing Dame dirty? Dame got done dirty by Portland, but the Portland front office, man, or yeah, back office has
Oh,
been.
he's back in Portland. That's right, I think. If I'm not wrong.
Oh, is he back in Portland?
Yes, I think he is.
Okay, that's actually kind of sick. Well,
Yeah, he is.
maybe that will be a good thing, but um, yeah, I feel bad for that guy. The Portland office, they're
Yeah.
they're notorious. They passed up Michael Jordan. They passed up
Hey,
uh,
they got Hakeem.
Kevin Durant. They got who?
They got Hakeem Olajuwon back then.
Yeah. Well, we got like Greg Oden and Brandon Roy back in the day, but like
That too.
obviously they something in the air up in Portland hurts people's knees, I think. So that's no
Yes.
good.
Scoot Henderson's up next.
Shit, dude, Scoot. Yeah, I got to go see a game of his back in his rookie year a couple of years ago. It was a lot of fun. That was wild. All right, dude. I got one last question here for you.
All
Let's
right.
and then we'll release you back into the wild.
All good.
Uh, what if you could talk to a younger version of yourself? What is some advice you would give them? It can be like Counter-Strike related or esports related or life or basketball related if you wanted anything you want. What's some advice you would give a younger version of yourself?
Honestly, younger version of myself, I would have said worked harder, work harder. I feel like a lot of my basketball career, I I can't lie. I was just good because I was 6'6" and could dribble the ball a little bit. But like there's so many things that like I wanted to do that I just couldn't do because I never really trained like that, to be honest. Like I was good because I'd play in my driveway all the time or play with friends outside, but I never like practiced moves like that or like tried to fix my jump shot from the 3-point line. So if I have anything to say, that it is I wish you worked a little bit harder instead of being a lazy shit.
Dude, that's some good advice. Work hard. Don't. I mean, enjoy. This fucking cat. It's
It's
bashing me
like
in the
I was
face
all
with his
about
tail.
enjoying life. I was all about enjoying life all through high school. I was just like, man, I just gotta enjoy life.
Well, you want to find a healthy balance, right? Like you
Yeah.
definitely want to enjoy life, but you don't want to look back and be like, "Oh no, I could have done way better at that, couldn't I?" But
You,
hey, another great man who also plays Counter-Strike told me everything happens for a reason too, so
that's true.
no regrets.
Look, man,
All right.
I didn't get drafted to the NBA, but my buddy Con Knipple did, so I'll take it.
Did he? You have a friend that's in the NBA?
Yeah, Con Knipple. I played with against him a lot in high school. He played for Team Tyler Harrow. It's an AAU team, Tyler Hero's AAU team. And so I played against him a lot in Milwaukee. And now he went number 3 this year to the Charlotte Hornets.
He was the number 3 overall pick to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yep. He also played with Cooper Flag at Duke last year.
Dude, that's crazy. I've been
I
so
know.
out of touch with basketball. Dude, that's cool as hell.
Yeah, there's a
Tell
couple other NBA players that I've played against, but none of them are like as big as Khan was.
tell him to invest some of that NBA salary money into North American Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
We could use some more
uh,
teams
might
flying
have to
around the
get him
world
too.
for LAN.
Hey, Khan, if
Dude,
you're watching this from my story, pick up an org. I know you got the money now.
dude, yeah, Shaq's got NRG, baby. You
That's
know,
true. Shaq's got
there's
NRG. The Milwaukee Bucks owner owns FlyQuest.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, shit. Well, see if we can see if your friend wants to come lay it down with Big D. We could pull some of those NBA viewers in here, but for now we're very happy that we can bring this to North American Counter Strike. All right, Cashton, it's been a pleasure having you on here.
It's
And
been a
just
pleasure
like the
being
end
here.
of Hot Ones, this camera, this camera, this camera, look into them and tell the people where to find you and what you got going on. Shout outs or plugs, whatever.
All right, so you can check me out on Swifter Games on YouTube and on Twitter. And if you want, help me reach 1,000 followers. Go on Instagram. You can check me out at Cashton Gobrecht. And yeah,
There you go. All right, Cashton. Well, we'll post some of those links in the bio there, and you can check them out. Well, thank you for being on here, and thank you all for watching.
thank you for
And
inviting me.
that is it.
Sick. I had a great time.